What's up, everybody? I wanted to mention before we get started that the gameplay is recorded in 1280 by 1024. This is the highest resolution that functions properly. I did find out that there are widescreen mods, but I'm not going to re-record everything. So if the gameplay is unpleasant to watch, well, I guess just don't watch it. But anyways, in this video, we're going to play the campaign and multiplayer for Call of Duty 2003. The video is mainly going to be gameplay, but I'm going to do some commentary here and there. At the end of the video, I'll give my honest opinion, so let's get into it. This is the very first Call of Duty game, coming out in 2003, a game based on World War II. Before we start the campaign, let's check out the menu. Beautiful main menu song. The sound effects for navigating the menu aren't so great though. I do want to make a video for every Call of Duty. I'm going to play the campaign on regular difficulty. To start things off, we're headed to Camp Toccoa in Georgia for basic training. It looks like we're in the Army, and we are part of the very first Army paratrooper unit.
Alright, listen up. Private Martin, you're on the obstacle course and doing weapons training today. Before starting the obstacle course, read each of these important signs, and do what they tell you.
If it wasn't obvious enough, this is Dempsey's voice actor.
Good. Now check your objectives. You'll notice that your current objective is highlighted. In addition, the location of your current objective is marked by the star on your compass. As you approach your current objective, the star will move toward the center of your compass. Approach your current objective. That's it. Close enough. You will notice that objective is checked off and you now have a new one. All right, Martin. Open the gate and run the obstacle course. Go, go, go!
Martin, good to see you.
Move it, ladies! This is not your Aunt Fanny's dance! Jump over him! Come on, Elder, get the lead out! Not bad. Now hit the dirt and crawl forward under the barbed wire. Sergeant, fire up those machine guns! 5 rounds, boys! Let's go! Let's go! Private Martin, proceed through that door. Sergeant Moody's gonna take you through weapons training.
I'm up here, in the observation tower. Grab one of those M1A1 carbines from the table. To get more ammo, grab it from any loose weapon of the same type you are carrying. Approach the fence and fire 6 rounds at your target. Your accuracy will be defined by the tightness of your crosshair. Fire 6 more rounds at your target, in different stances and while moving. You will be more accurate while not moving, and in the crouching or prone positions. These skills could mean your life. When your magazine is empty, your weapon will reload automatically. All right, Private, move on to the next area. Grab up a Springfield rifle from the table, switching it for your carbine. Turn to the left, move to the fence, and fire 2 rounds at your target. Now fire 2 rounds at your target while aiming down your sight. All right. I hope it's clear to you that you will be more accurate while aiming down the sight. All right, Private, move on to the next area. Exchange your Springfield for one of the Thompson submachine guns on the table. Unless you've got 3 hands, you can only carry 2 weapons, besides your sidearm and grenades. Fire 10 rounds at your target, first from the hip, then aiming down the gun sight. Compare your accuracy. Get used to firing both ways. You will notice a slight zoom effect when you raise and aim down the sight of a weapon without a scope. take a few steps while aiming down your sight, you're gonna move slower this time. Close quarters combat, you can hit your enemy with the butt end of your weapon. This is called a melee attack. Try it with your Thompson. Don't screw around, kid. This is for real. Now switch weapons, Private. Unless you're as dumb as you are ugly, it may dawn on you that each weapon is good for different situations. Make the wrong choice and you could buy the farm. Fire 3 more rounds at your target. Outstanding, Private. Proceed to the next area.
The gunplay is surprisingly smooth.
Pick up the frag grenades from the table. Pick them up. Throw a grenade into each of the openings before you. Rock and fire. Move behind the concrete post and lean out to the left, then the right. This will help protect you from the enemy.
That classic Call of Duty grenade sound is truly beautiful.
Move on to the next area. Remember, Private, if you get hurt, grab one of those health kits and use it. Don't be a hero. They will save your life. Our last station will be explosives.
Yes, there's no regeneration in this game. You have to find something to heal you with.
Pick them up, partner. That's a lot of firepower there. Treat it with respect. That stuff doesn't care what it blows up. Place your explosives on the cinder block wall. Note that a stopwatch has appeared. This will tell you how much time you have to get your butt out of there unless you want it blown off. Good job, Private. Well done. Keep your weapons with you and clean at all.
If the opposition disarms, well and good. If it refuses to disarm, we shall disarm it ourselves. Joseph Stalin.
Baker Company, listen up. This is the big one. Operation Overlord, the air and seaborne invasion of Normandy.
If you don't know, Normandy is an area in France which Germany controlled during World War II. This is where the Allies chose to invade.
D-Day. Seaborne infantry will attack 5 beaches codenamed Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword here on the coast of Normandy. Utah and Omaha beaches will be attacked by 3 of our infantry divisions. At the same time, 2 British and 1 Canadian division will hit Gold, Juno, and Sword beaches. The airborne will be landing 6 hours before H hour, before the air and naval bombardments. The British 6th Airborne Division will be landing here. At the same time, the 101st and the 82nd Airborne will be landing in these areas. The Dews River Estuary here divides Utah and Omaha Beach. The mission of the 101st is to capture the Dews River crossings linking Utah and Omaha Beach and to protect the flanks of Utah Beach. This road here is the main highway that connects the entire Cotentin Peninsula. The Germans have troop concentrations in this region. When those troops are mobilized into a counterattack on the beaches, they'll have to move along this road. The 101st is going to make sure that doesn't happen. Baker Company, that's us, has been assigned this causeway here. The Pathfinders, like Private Martin, will be dropped ahead of the main force and will plant beacons on the ground to mark the landing zones. However, there is no telling what will happen once we're on the ground, so I want all of you to learn the objectives of every unit in both the 101st and 82nd. I also want you to study these maps and photographs until you've memorized them. We will be landing behind the Atlantic Wall, between several German garrisons. We can't expect to be relieved until at least several hours after H hour. This is what we've been training for. Good luck.
Before the Allies take the beach of Normandy, us paratroopers are going to secure the flanks. For whatever reason, I thought this was a friendly.
sollten schon einmarschiert sein.
Sie werden es als Erste wissen. Sie kommen mitten durchs Kies.
Falsch. Der Lama Roosevelt und fetter Churchill würden hier niemals angreifen. Zu weit weg von Deutschland. Wozu also?
Na, weil Sie diesen Sektor schon seit Wochen bombardieren.
Na und? Die bombardieren doch alles.
Wir sind hier!
Apologies in advance if you catch me skygazing. For some reason, in these older, lower quality games, at least compared to now, I really like how the skies look.
Move up! Secure the perimeter! You guys, over here! By the wall! Defensive positions, get down!
Something COD has always been able to do is make chaos of battle immersive.
Everybody move! Come on!
Every man's life ends the same way. It's only the details of how he lived and how he died that distinguishes one man from another. Ernest Hemingway. In the chaos, we rally with the team and get ready to capture a village.
All right, guys, get set to move. On my command. Let's go, let's go!
Another familiar Call of Duty sound.
Watch your angles! Faster! Keep moving forward! We get caught here, we're dead! Down, damn it! Stay down! Forward! Take cover! Get some grenades in those windows! Good job! Alright guys, we're moving on! Cover me! squad, move up! Go, go, go! Lay down a base of fire! Martin, take the left flank! Land your explosives and take that flak panzer out. Stand back! Fire in the hole! Okay, move, move!
Well, there's our first death. You must not fight too often with one enemy, or you will teach him all your art of war. Napoleon Bonaparte. When I got back this time, I decided to flank around.
right, fellas. Take 5, but listen up. We'll hold this place till reinforced, but this is just one tiny village in a warring country full of them, so our work has just begun. For those of you who've seen your first action, welcome to the big time. For those of you who've seen it before, trust me, you ain't seen nothing yet. We'll redeploy those German machine guns, setting up a defensive perimeter. Keep your guard up and your buddies in mind. Good work.
I don't know if it's replicated in the video for you, but I was very immersed into the gameplay. History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. Winston Churchill. Now that we took this village, we have to defend it from German counterattack, so the boys on the beach don't get flanked.
Up! Get up! Wake and shake it! The Germans are off the streets! Mortars! Incoming! Mortars incoming!
All right, the mortars are taking a break. Johnson, go have a look.
Right, Captain.
Got him. Damn.
Moving in from the east!
That's a tiger! Get a back across from the church and take that mother out!
War is delightful to those who have not experienced it. Erasmus. Like those of us who play video games about it.
March back to the church with me! The rest of you, hold this position! Fire
Feuert auf mein Zeichen!
pulling back, all right! Good work. Franklin, hold the church! Everyone else, follow me!
over here! Get in the car! Okay, Captain. Assuming we get back to battalion in this rolling junkyard, what do I tell them?
Hand this directly to Major Shepard. Tell him Baker Company has secured the town, but won't be able to hold it long if we don't get relief soon. Got that, Sergeant?
Oh, yes, sir, you bet. We ride through enemy lines in a French tin can. Want to paint a bullseye on it, sir?
Yeah, pretty sure that won't be necessary, Sarge. So unless you got a better idea, or a radio that works, carry on. Good luck.
Oh man, this is nuts. I can't believe we're doing this.
Believe it, unless you sprout wings and want to fly. It's only 6 miles, Private. Just shut up and do your job.
I have never advocated war except as a means of peace. Ulysses S. Grant. I very quickly realized I brought the wrong weapon for this mission.
That's a German roadblock. What now?
How about you try to get the man? Adios, amigos!
What the hell are you doing, Sarge?
I don't know. I sure hope it works.
Hit it! Go, go, go!
Come on, guys, stop them! Shut up, Elder, and get your ass out! Let's go, Martin! Move it, move!
I can't believe I agreed to
This one was pretty foolish of me to walk out in the open like that. War would end if the dead could return. Stanley Baldwin.
Cover me!
Elder, ever steal a car?
Only when I need one, Sarge.
Martin, cover him! Damn it, Elder, hurry up!
Okay, Sarge, I'm working on it.
This is on you.
I got it!
Yeah, I can get it on you. In the car, Martin, cover us! Over here! Step on it! Get us out of here! Come on, Elder!
I am driving faster!
Turn right! Right up there!
What's it look like I'm doing, damn it?
You mean besides getting us killed?
Well, hey,
We cleared the German lines. You can slow down, Private. I said you can slow down.
oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Sorry.
Right turn, right here.
Yeah, you got it, you got it.
I gotta go report in to Major Shepard and get our orders. Take 5, but stay put.
Okie doke, Sarge. What the hell else am I gonna do?
There will one day spring from the brain of science a machine or force so fearful in its potentialities, so absolutely terrifying, that even man, the fighter, who will dare torture and death, in order to inflict torture and death, will be appalled and so abandon war forever. Thomas Edison. Now we're headed to silence artillery that's firing on the beach.
3rd squad, get your 30 cal to cover our flank. 2nd squad, follow in reserve. I got point. Elder and Martin on my tail. Everybody set? Let's go! Got 2 MG-42s up ahead. 3rd squad, draw their fire from the left. 2nd squad, hit them from the right. Go, go, go! Move back and take cover. This cannon's about to go boom! All right, down the trench. Move out!
Tight cover!
Heads up! Get back! We ain't done yet. Keep it going!
Oh man, they're shooting!
Elder? You guys move on. Take these explosives and try to shut their artillery down.
Tight cover!
I'll stay behind and patch this guy up.
Tight cover! Cover me! Hey, cover me!
Flankiert sie!
Second platoon, move in and secure these buildings! Cover me! Right flank! Take cover! Heads up, Jerry's outside. Grab that
I just got absolutely shit on. From my rotting body, flowers shall grow, and I am in them, and that is eternity. Edvard Munch.
That's your last shot. Enemy grenade!
So now we're headed to rescue a Captain Price, the one and only. He's all the way back in the original COD.
There's an MG-42 on the left, with a guardhouse on the right. They didn't spot me.
Let's hope. Captain Price and Major Ingram?
Probably in the big house up the road.
Martin, you take point and knock out that 42. Harding and Brooks, go get the truck. Meet us at the front of the chateau. Everyone else, follow Martin. Move!
MG-42-Trupp. Sagen Sie dem Kommandostab, wir greifen
work,
an.
Martin.
Sie sollen
Everyone
Verstärkung
breathe
schicken.
deep, catch your breath. Now let's do it all over.
Longtime. Feldwebel, übernehmen Sie mit 3 Männern die Flanke. Ich gebe Ihnen Feuerschutz.
Grab any docks, knock out their communications, then meet back up with us.
Stay low!
Sergeant Moody and I'll fight.
down we go again. In the Soviet army, it takes more courage to retreat than advance. Joseph Stalin. Head out again, the same spot. For the angel of death spread his wings on the blast, and breathed in the face of the foe as he passed. And the eyes of the sleeper waxed deadly and chill, and their hearts but once heaved and forever grew still. George Gordon Byron.
Flank them!
Feuerschutz.
Grenade! Get down!
Lieutenant Grossman. He was with me the entire mission, and he got a unfortunate ending.
Danke!
Good job. All right, guys, we're moving on.
Where the hell were these guys the entire time?
Don't stop now. Price and Ingram are behind these doors. Stand back. We're gonna blow them. Covering fire!
Well, goodness me, Americans.
Well, he doesn't quite sound how I remember him.
Made quite a racket, didn't you? That's quite all right. I can still walk.
Captain Price, Captain Foley. Where's Major Ingram?
They moved him to a camp. Not to worry, I overheard where.
Granate! Granate!
Truck's out front, sir.
Excellent. Help Captain Price out the window. He's been hurt. Let's pile in. We're getting out.
Captain, what about Major Ingram?
We'll be back for him. Get in.
The real and lasting victories are those of peace and not of war. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I forgot to say before getting off for a session, and I had to replay this last mission, and I did die, so I'm going to count it even though it was a little bit BS. Ours is a world of nuclear giants and ethical infants. We know more about war than we know about peace. More about killing than we know about living. General Omar Bradley. Alright, back to where we left off.
We're getting out.
Captain, what about Major Ingram?
We'll be back for him. Get in.
It is foolish and wrong to mourn the men who died. Rather, we should thank God that such men lived. General George S. Patton. Now it's time for us to go save Major Ingram.
Okay, Martin. We're about ready to ram the gate. Less than 10 minutes from your first shot to pull this off. If you take any longer, they'll be sending someone to rescue us. You take out the front guards, concentrating on the machine gun nests. Once the gate is down, get in there and find the Major. Then rendezvous back at the truck.
Achtung, wir werden angegriffen. Alle Posten besetzen. Ich wiederhole, wir werden angegriffen. Alle Mann auf ihre Posten.
The Major!
Alle Mann auf ihre Posten! Der Feind ist durch das Nordwesttor einmarschiert und durch das Lager nach Osten vor.
Stay low!
Cover me!
Achtung, wir werden angegriffen. Alle Posten besetzen. Ich wiederhole, wir werden angegriffen. Alle Mann auf ihre Posten. Der Feind ist durch das Nordwesttor einmarschiert. Das Lager nach Osten vor. Feindliche Truppen sind im Lager. Durch Nordwesttor vordrücken. Achtung, wir werden angegriffen. Alle Posten besetzen. Ich wiederhole, wir werden angegriffen. Achtung, wir werden angegriffen. Alle Posten besetzen. Ich wiederhole, wir werden angegriffen. Achtung, wir werden angegriffen. Alle Posten besetzen. Ich wiederhole, wir werden Achtung, wir werden angegriffen. Alle Posten besetzen. Ich wiederhole, wir werden angegriffen.
Yanks! Now there's a spot of luck. Come to collect me, have you?
Wir werden angegriffen.
Lead on, lads. No time for handshakes and hellos.
Alle Mann auf ihre Posten. Wir werden angegriffen. Alle Posten besetzt. Ich wiederhole, wir werden angegriffen.
show, Captain. Do you and your boys. Well done, well done.
Better to fight for something than live for nothing. General George S. Patton.
Gentlemen, thus far you've been training hard at Exeter for a special purpose. This special purpose, obviously, has something to do with the capturing of bridges. What I'm about to explain is top secret material. If any of you blokes mention the word bridge outside of this room and I hear of it, and I will, it'll be RTU'd on the spot. The invasion of Europe will take place across 5 main beaches along the Normandy coast of France. Elements of the British Second Army will strike at Gold and Sword beaches, along with the 3rd Canadian Infantry Division at Juno. To the west, the Yanks will take Utah and Omaha Beach. Now, the entire eastern flank of the invasion will be exposed to a German counterattack from the Calais region. Should the Germans break through, they could very well have tanks rolling through Sword Beach and all the way down to Utah, wiping out the entire beachhead. Our task, along with the rest of the 6th Airborne Division, is to secure that flank at all costs by capturing and holding key bridges along the axis of approach. D Company's objective is this bridge over the Caen Canal. Under cover of darkness, the gliders will put us down in the field next to the bridge. From there, we rush the pillbox and prevent the Germans from blowing the bridge. At least one Bren gun will provide a base of fire while we flank it from both sides. Once we've captured the bridge, we hold it until relieved, which could take several hours. During that time, we may find ourselves using the Germans' own weapons against them. So I suggest you familiarize yourselves with the captured ones we have on base. Good luck, and Godspeed. Dismissed!
I'm not going to read the reports like this, as they're just summaries of the videos. Feel free to pause and read.
I can't see the Bois de Bavon. Oh, for God's sake, Jack. It's the biggest forest in Normandy. Pay attention. I am. It's not there. Well, perhaps they moved it. By my calculations, we're on course. We want to bank north 2 degrees. At 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bingo. 2 degrees starboard onto course.
All right, everyone, brace for landing. Stream.
Bloody hard landing, eh? Is everyone all right? Mills?
Yeah, I'm fine, just great.
Button up! Let's go! Let's go! Move! Move! Come on!
Sergeant Evans, glad you're still with us. We're in luck. The Germans haven't responded to our stellar landing. Find a good spot to suppress their bunker. We'll advance behind your base of fire.
Achtung! Angriff!
Suppressing fire!
Sergeant, go back across. Get to their flak gun and turn it on that tank. Find Private Mills and take him with you. Get him to free up the bloody thing.
No problem. Follow me. Get on the switch, George. Enjoy it now.
It is better to die on your feet than to live on your knees. Emiliano Zapata.
Captain, we salvaged the area. Apart from some medical supplies, all we found were a couple of rifles and several Panzerfausts, which are woefully inaccurate.
Thank God we still have that flak gun. We can use it to hold the bridge until our relief shows up.
Bloody hell! Watch the right flank!
Hold this position, men! Fall back to the bridge on my command!
All wars are civil wars because all men are brothers. Francois Fenelon. I must say, I was a little annoyed on this setback here. Just when I thought I was done, it sends me back again. Patriots always talk of dying for their country and never killing for their country. Bertrand Russell. And it happened again. Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. Winston Churchill. Yes, I'm hiding in this bunker. I'm not taking any risks this time.
Stay low!
I believe that's the last of them. Excellent work, lads. Bloody well done.
You know the real meaning of peace only if you've been through war. Kosovar.
All right, settle down. We got new orders straight from SOE, as well as 2 new transfers from the 6th Airborne to help us carry them out. They were highly recommended for this operation as a result of their actions on D-Day. Captain Price, Sergeant Evans, welcome to 3 Troop. Now, let's get down to business. These are the locations of the major hydroelectric dams in the Ruhr industrial region of Germany. Their main purpose is to provide electrical power to the factories and cities throughout the area. Last year, a clever fellow by the name of Dr. Barnes Wallace created an odd sort of bomb that was specially designed to breach these dams. Using these bombs, the dam busters from 617 Squadron successfully breached the Mona and Ida dams, causing extensive flooding and damage to the industrial heart of Germany. The bad news is the bastards have already repaired the damage done, and Bomber Command wants to have another crack at these targets. This is the Ida Dam. We're to make a night drop on this one. From the DZ, it's a day's tab through unpopulated areas around the dam's reservoir. Dropping in any closer is impossible, as the enemy flak is simply too concentrated around the dam itself. Our mission is to locate as many of these anti-air guns as possible, wipe them out so that the bombers can make their runs. This building at the foot of the dam houses the electrical generators. Our orders are to blow this structure in the event that the bombers fail to breach the dam. We set the explosives on a short timer, then get the hell out of there by truck to a nearby airfield and appropriate suitable air transport from the enemy. You all know what to do. Check and test your magazines, zero your sights, and review the maps and photographs carefully. We'll receive signals and embarkation details within the next 2 hours. Good luck.
Another example of low-quality atmosphere is just blowing me away.
MG-42-Trupp. Sagen Sie den Kommandostab, wir greifen an. Kritische Einheiten hat den Damm betreten. Feindliche Truppen sind durchgebrochen. Nehmt keine Gefangenen! Ich wiederhole, keine Gefangenen! Alle Mann in Kampfbereitschaft! Die sind vom britischen SAS. Nehmt keine Gefangenen. Ich wiederhole, keine Gefangenen. An alle Truppen unten am Dach. Die Briten sind auf dem Weg zu euch. Schützt das Kraftwerk zu eurem Leben. Sektor 6 ergebene B entdeckt. Britische SAS-Einheiten haben den Plan betreten. Feindliche Truppen sind durchgebrochen. Ich wiederhole, keine Gefangenen. Britische SAS-Einheiten haben den Plan betreten. Feindliche Truppen sind durchgebrochen. Sie sind vom britischen SAS. Nehmt keine Gefangenen. Ich wiederhole, keine Gefangenen. Unsere Kompanie sofort zum Parkplatz. Der Feind hat die Garnison überrannt und zerstört den Transporter. Die Kommunikation mit den Einheiten unten am Damm ist abgeschnitten. Leutnant Graf, stellen Sie mit Ihrem Trupp die Verbindung wieder her. Sektor 6 ergebene B entdeckt.
A soldier will fight long and hard for a bit of colored ribbon. Napoleon Bonaparte.
Der Feind hat die Garnison überrannt und zerstört das Vorrat. Zweite und fünfte Kompanie sofort zum Parkplatz. Der Feind hat die Garnison überrannt und zerstört die Transporter. British Commando, we have captured your commanding officer and secured the exits. You have no hope of escape. So, we are the lives of you and your fellow soldiers. Zweite und fünfte Kompanie sofort zum Parkplatz. Der Feind hat die Garnison überrannt und zerstört die Transporter. Die Kommunikation zu den Einheiten unten am Land ist abgeschnitten. Leutnant K., stellen Sie mit Ihrem Trupp die Verbindung wieder her. Und zerstört die Transporter!
Evans, good man, in the truck, hop on!
Zweite und fünfte Kompanie sofort zum Parkplatz. Der Feind hat die Garnison überrannt und zerstört die Transporter.
Are you ready, mates? Take this panzer fast. German lorry behind us. We're in sight. Take him out. Here you go. Here you go. Fire it, damn it!
Before you say anything, it's a little harder than it looks.
Here you go! Just have to make it across. Booby traps to blow where we shoot. Damn it! Something like this is fine. It's over on. Have me while I do my hand.
When you have to kill a man, it costs nothing to be polite. Winston Churchill.
We're coming up on that airfield where the rest of the team has assembled. They radioed that they're finding us in a escape plane. There they are! That's our plane! Blimey, it's a beauty!
The objective for war is not to die for your country, but to make the other bastard die for his. General George S. Patton.
Okay, we're clear to approach. Evans, you and I will need to get below decks and find the armory before we can crypt the entrance. Stick with me, and unless your German's improved, let me handle the talking. Waters, you stay here. Be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Bitte Erlaubnis, an Bord kommen zu dürfen.
Erlaubnis erteilt. Dürfte ich wohl Ihre Papiere sehen? Wo ist Fregattenkapitän Schmidt?
Er musste zu einem dringenden Treffen mit Admiral Dönitz.
Alles in Ordnung. Willkommen an Bord.
We should be able to get below through that hangar.
Dürfte ich wohl Ihre Papiere mal sehen? Ich muss das überprüfen. Einen Moment bitte. Ich habe einen Offizier hier. Er sagt, er habe Papiere.
Hallo? Hallo?
Grab a weapon and explosives, quick! The ship's boilers line these passageways. Place your charges as we go. This place will be crawling with traps.
I got a feeling I'm not gonna like what's coming.
Feind!
Feuer auf mein Zeichen! Sie kommen vor mich!
I finally found the right way I was supposed to be going. Future years will never know the seething hell and the black infernal background, the countless minor scenes and interiors of the Secession War, and as best they should not. The real war will never get in the books. Walt Whitman. This one was heartbreaking. It is well that war is so terrible, or we should get too fond of it. Robert E. Lee. Finally done with this mission.
We lost the captain. Damn, that was a very fine man. Let's get the hell out of here.
Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill.
Comrades of the Soviet Union, almost 1 year has passed since the German invaders set foot upon the soil of our motherland. They have advanced deep into the Soviet Union, capturing city after city, raping, murdering, and robbing the Soviet people. Although our situation grows desperate, we have one last hope of defense.
the city that bears our great leader's name, Stalingrad. Comrades, many of your countrymen are already there, defying the Germans at every step. Soon you will stand alongside them, and you will not fail to defeat our fascist enemies. No one shall take even one step backwards. Commissars will execute cowards on sight, giving faithful soldiers a chance to do their duty. The motherland is counting on you to achieve victory at Stalingrad.
Here, Stalin is saying that the Germans are stretching too far and the troops are thin. This is something that happens to many nations who try to conquer others. Stalin demands no steps back, and if you do, you are a traitor.
Comrades, this day will be the proudest day you have ever lived. You will fight the fascist Nazi invaders with all your strength. For each and every fallen Soviet soldier, you will make them pay with 10 of them. There will be no mercy for defeatists, cowards, or traitors. Anyone caught deserting his post will be shot. Remember great Comrade Stalin's order. Not one step backward. You will be well equipped for the battles that lie ahead. You will have food, water, weapons, and plenty of ammunition. What do you suppose the Germans have? Nothing. Their supply lines are stretched too thin. Their dashed Volga has left them without the means to bring us a proper fight. With our superior strength in numbers and our boundless courage, victory is ours. We shall stop the fascist invaders there at Stalingrad.
This death might have been my fault, but you've got to be kidding me here.
They're coming back!
Traitor! No retreat! Kill them! Kill the deserters! Stop those traitors! in that building down there. Don't worry about that, Commissar. I'll take care of it. Ready? Okay, go, go! Die, coward! Get on some artillery support, Sergeant! I'm almost out of ammunition! We're going to lose the door!
What the hell do you think I am trying to do, Tommy? What? Repeat the last sentence. I can barely hear you, Major. Speak up! Artillery is in position. Stand by. I want a full barrage along the top of the riverbank immediately. Smash those fascist bastards! Fire at will! Everyone, get your heads down!
The Germans are pulling back! Come on, comrades! We're retaking Red Square!
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste death but once. William Shakespeare, Julius Caesar.
Retreat! Retreat! On the road! Keep going forward! Up the gun and shoot! No retreat! Not one step back! No back! Open fire! Fire! Retreat! Shot! No hesitation, comrades! Do not take one step backwards! For Mother Russia, comrades! Do not turn your back on her! Victory or death!
They died hard, those savage men, like wounded wolves at bay. They were filthy, and they were lousy, and they stunk, and I loved them. General Douglas MacArthur. It is fatal to enter any war without the will to win it. General Douglas MacArthur.
Move it fast!
Courage and perseverance have a magical talisman, before which difficulties disappear and obstacles vanish into air. John Quincy Adams. We got our promotions and the Germans have taken back an important building. It's time for us to go take it back once again.
Comrades of the Soviet Union, there is no need for this senseless bloodshed between our nations. The German people are not your enemy. If you surrender, you will be treated well. You will be given plenty of good hot food and warm clothing. Medical treatment. The German army is... Soviet soldier. Who send you into battles you cannot win. Commander who shot you for taking cover. Surrender, and you will be treated with compassion and respect. Honorable soldiers of society. Army and compassion. If you wish to live, do not resist. Throw down your weapons and approach the nearest German patrol with your hands above your head. This is the proper signal that you wish to surrender. You will then receive hot food, drink, and medical attention. Once the war has ended, you will be free to return to your home.
Schutznehme! Feindliche Granate! Soldiers of the Soviet Union. So glad you was the common Soviet. That your own leader to fight this war for his own. Does such a man deserve Everyone, get your heads down!
Stay in the ditch and keep your head down. They've got snipers out there. Private Kovayenko, as the fastest man here, you will be debayed.
Me? Oh, no, thank you, comrade.
That is an order! Alexei will cover you with the sniper rifle from here. Now go, before I shoot you myself! zeroed in. We're all dead if we stay here. Let's go, comrades. Go. Get moving, all of you. Go. Secure the building! Stay floor by floor! Go, go, go!
Bis wir wissen, wie viele es sind.
We must be prepared to make heroic sacrifices for the cause of peace that we make ungrudgingly for the cause of war. There's no task that is more important and close to my heart. Albert Einstein. He who has 1,000 friends has not a friend to spare, and he who has one enemy will meet him everywhere. Ali ibn Abi Talib.
Comrade Alexei, we've got those anti-tank rifles on the second and third floor. You take out the tanks. We'll stop the troops. Take cover! Here they come! Ready are the anti-tank rifles! Anti-tank rifles ready! Machine guns ready!
In war, there is no substitute for victory. General Douglas MacArthur. After pushing the Germans out of the USSR, we advanced to Warsaw, Poland, which was captured by Germany, of course, to push them even further back.
Blast this door open.
I hear that our generals are racing to Berlin.
Da, for the women, French champagne.
The general who gets to Berlin last will be sent for re-education.
We'll be re-educated with them.
We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. Winston Churchill.
Still alive? Well, good. That's good. Good for you. We must get out of here, quickly, before the artillery starts again.
Now we're tasked to work with the tank crew and push even further towards the heart of Germany.
Enemy
There are only two forces in the world, the sword and the spirit. In the long run, the sword will always be conquered by the spirit. Napoleon Bonaparte.
Since June of 1944, the Allies have made enormous advances through Europe, sweeping through much of France, Belgium, and Holland, almost to the banks of the Rhine. Much of their success must be credited to the Russians, who, at Stalingrad, during the winter of 1943, destroyed many of the Germans' best panzer divisions. On the Eastern Front, the Russians have continued to push the Germans back through Russia and much of Poland, and will soon be on the banks of the Oder River and the border of Germany. The situation for the Germans has grown desperate. Allied bombers have reduced many major German cities to rubble. The German Air Force, the Luftwaffe, is a mere shadow of the power it once was, and can do little to stop the bombers, much less fight the Allied armies. The Kriegsmarine, the German Navy, is mostly sunk, its U-boats destroyed, and its sailors pressed into the army. However, the enemy refuses to surrender. Unable to stop the Allied advance, Hitler has turned to vengeance weapons, the V-1, and now the V-2 rockets. These rockets, although some of the most advanced weapons of the war, are too inaccurate to hit military targets. Instead, they are being used to terrorize London.
Now the US/UK team is in Belgium, which is of course to the left of Germany, near Normandy. We're pinching the Germans from both sides.
Gentlemen, we fought a whole bunch of these, so I know you know what to do. But indulge me. Move quickly, cover your buddies, don't bunch up. And for heaven's sake, don't stop till we reach those bunkers.
Not there! Watch out for those mines!
Keep moving, guys! Don't stop!
Great job on those tanks. Private Martin, you've done yourself proud. I can hardly believe you've done it.
The characteristic of a genuine heroism is its persistency. All men have wandering impulses, fits and starts of generosity. But when you have resolved to be great, abide by yourself, and do not weakly try to reconcile yourself with the world. The heroic cannot be the common, nor the common the heroic. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
All right, Evans. We'll head east, destroying any targets of opportunity. Then we'll meet up with the rest of the squad as planned. You take point, I'll provide support with the Brent gun. Evans, we need to blow up that flak gun. Go! Fire in the hole! Evans, are you deaf and blind or just dumb? Take out the bloody flag! Go! bloody decent work. You may have...
Achtung!
Boys, smashing good use of mines. No time to chat. We'll be moving north to find those V2s now. All right then, move it. Move along.
Fire at will!
Covering fire! Flank left!
Evans, we don't have enough explosives to destroy these V2s completely. We'll need to get some fuel supplies. Go find the controls in those bunkers and get those V2s fueled. Good, now place your bombs on them. Stay low! Go on, move up!
Live as brave men and its fortune is adverse. Front its blows with brave hearts. Cicero. Now it's time to take Berlin.
Victory or death! On to the Reichstag! Let's to the fascists! No retreat!
We need to get those flak guns to get our tanks. Get onto that roof! Get the flag up to the roof!
Mother, a few days ago, we waved the flag of the motherland over the top of the Reichstag in Berlin. The war, at last, seems to be coming to an end. There is very little fighting left in the enemy. Soon I will be returning to our home. There are German prisoners of war everywhere. Today, I crossed the Elbe River in Germany and shook hands with an American soldier. Although I could not understand anything he said, I felt this man was my brother, and I think he felt the same.
Those who have long enjoyed such privileges as we enjoy forget in time that men have died to win them. Franklin D. Roosevelt. First of all, those credits were sensational. But when I'm trying to think of a way to rate this campaign, or the game in general, I'm faced with the issue of things like mechanics or controls being clunky. This is to be expected, and honestly, I don't really mind it. I'll take these kind of controls or mechanics over Escape from Tarkov any day. Also, this isn't going to be an analytical rating. It'll just be based off my enjoyment of the game. So Call of Duty 2003 campaign receives a 3.8 out of 5. This campaign was surprisingly difficult in a good way, and you might jump to conclusions and call me a bad gamer, but I recommend you trying out this game for yourself. It's a lot harder than it seems. I racked up a total of 42 deaths. My favorite NPC in this game was Captain Foley, and here are some of my favorite quotes that were used in the game. Now let's go take a look at the multiplayer. Unfortunately, it's not good news. There's not a soul playing this multiplayer. I saw there was a mod to get bots in this game, but I wasn't able to figure it out, and I don't even know if it's possible. I'm going to walk around this map for a little bit, check it out, do a little bit of talking, and then we're just going to fly around all the maps and check them out. Before that though, I'll show you guys the menu here. It's very lonely out here. It's like that saying, you can go back when nobody will be there. I'm sure people had great times playing this game when it was popular. The teenagers back then that were playing this game are now in the second half of their lives. It's such a strange feeling visiting old games sometimes. Nostalgia for something you never even got to experience. Once we get to the games that I actually experienced as a child, this series is only going to become more painful. So for the next little bit, I'm just going to fly around the maps like I said. So feel free to skip to the end if you don't care about that. Alright, everybody, I think that's a wrap. Since I wasn't actually able to play the multiplayer against anybody or any bots, I'm not going to include in the rating. I don't think it would be very fair. So Call of Duty 2003 is going to get a 3.8 out of 5. A very solid game. This was one of the best campaigns I think I've ever played for Call of Duty, but we'll find out as I play all of them again. I hope everybody enjoyed this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.